at vacareers.va.gov.
ESPN 100.7. The Ticket. Andre of the Savages.
Let's think about this. I'm glad you brought this up because even in the first film, what are they doing? Apollo is trying to find somebody to help me get this show off. We're not planning on this dude winning. That's not even in the thing at all. Every now and again, I feel like somebody says, F the program.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus Media station.
It's a daily show with Jake Diebler, brought to you by Encova Insurance. Playing Penn State this weekend, State College. Any thoughts that come to mind right away when you think about the first game over Penn State, Jake?
You know, I think it seems so long ago. You certainly take some things away from it, but, you know, they're playing at a really high level right now. And, you know, I think so are we. So we got to prepare. We have to have great preparation, and then we got to go out and execute at a high level. It's tough to win on the road in this league, but this is a big game for us, and, you know, we got to make sure we're ready to go.
Okay, we'll have another comment in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the court. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. Basketball is full of challenging shots, and life can be too. With Encova, you don't have to do it alone. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
All righty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams. The agile, get it done teams. The achieve more together teams. And the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
Jake, we're fortunate enough to get to see some of this by traveling with you guys, but knowing routines are important for teams, are they even that much more important when you're on the road?
Yeah, I think, you know, you got a little bit more time because you're in a hotel room and, you know, you don't have you're not walking to class and things like that. So what you do at that time is important, and you don't get as much time, you know, on the court as you might have the kind of 36 hours leading into the game. So again, being efficient, making sure guys are ready, make sure they recover, make sure they're eating right. All of those things play a factor in being ready for game time.
It's the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. It looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
It's an American tradition that captures the focus of millions of fans a year. The men's basketball tournament. This year, we're stepping into the hysteria by giving you the chance to win $1 million. Jump into the buzzer-beating action by entering your picks in our $1 million bracket. Make a perfect pick, that's a $1 million bracket.
Brought to you locally by Taz Electronics. Rules and info at 1007theticket.com.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic. That's
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
I know you're kind of busy just now, but I want to tell you some things I never told you. I know sometimes I act stupid and I say stupid things, but you kept me around, and other people would have said, drop that bum. You give me respect. You know, it's hard for me to say these kind of things because that ain't my way. But if I could just unzip myself and step out and be someone else, I want to be you. You're real hot.
If the papers knew we were talking like this, they'd think we was crazy. Why you?
Because I'm the best and you need somebody to teach you different. You may not understand what I'm talking about now. I can appreciate that, but you will when it's over. Believe me. You will when it's over.
You think I don't have any more?
You got nothing more to prove, do you? Look, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot of more. Come on. Here we go again.
And we wish to show the American press a small portion of the advances.
What does all this do to enhance performance?
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete. Though most of the world is ignorant.
It's showtime! It's showtime!
Come on. I wish to educate your country.
In great spirits tonight. He's really putting on a show for this capacity crowd.
Shall we have a demonstration?
Please do.
As you can see, the result's quite obvious. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Now you're gonna have to go through hell. Worse than any nightmare that you ever dreamed. But in the end, I know you'll be the one standing. You know what to do.
Midweek. Oh boy. When respect is due, we like to rise to that occasion. It's the Glass City way, I believe. Yeah. We went down to Oxford to check to see if we had heart or respect. Yep. When we left, we got the answer, and there's no reason to check back. We made a good showing. We went through, had the boat. We was rowing, pushing. Yep, with the force of many men, we came through and made no friends. Yeah. Then again, the refs didn't like it. We was trying to bust it up, very excited at the minute's final clutch. But either way, it's just too much to overcome because we're the small school. They are too, but they've been acting a fool. So we take the back seat. Yeah, we leaving, but we'll see y'all boys again in Cleveland. Ow! What's going on, man? It's a Wednesday. Thank you, Josh. I needed that one too, but I knew that was coming, Josh. I put that in the hookup for you. Welcome. Rockets, I'm not mad. Now that's the Bandits right there. Last night was the Bandits. That's all, man. We already know. Listen, you're not a 29 and old challenger. It's not about that. But you had them boys. Woo. somebody issued an order. Listen, Rockets, they issued an order. Listen, that was the Zapper. Coach K, you did it. If anybody heard anything I said and got was real anguricious on my comments, then let it serve as a part of the vehicle, part of the family right there. That's always been my role. They didn't like it either with the high school kids. They didn't like it, but people start going out performing. They didn't want they don't want that spotlight. And we were in it, and we let the world see. That's Glass City. There, we gotta lose the checkerboard though. The checkerboard thing on the side panel, man. Come on. Rockets, salute, man. We don't necessarily, it's not about a moral, 74-72, we got it. We get it, 30-0. Hey, now let's go, Oxford boys. Let's see what it is moving forth. But we will take that, and we respect that appearance right there. Josh Burnham, can you dig it? Did you see our guy? You see your boys?
A little bit of
guys
it.
This is your alumni, right? It's your alma mater, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of the effort they put up. We knew it was going to be a tough mountain to climb.
Yes, indeed.
We came close, but not quite close enough. But hopefully,
go ahead. I'm sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
I was about to say, but as we found out many times before in the past, come MAC tournament time, stranger things have happened, and they could be headed for a heartbreak, like UT has many times. Miami could.
Well, look. Man, I didn't like the final sequences. There were a couple I didn't feel it. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to do it. We tell you what it is. We talk about it. That didn't get me at all. When I'm looking at it unfold, it's nothing of a shock and awe happening my way as far as, at the end of the day. But I don't know, man. I just, again, I am pleased again with the way we showed up to the situation, Josh. That's all I'm saying. That's all you could ask, because they're they're two different teams on two different paths. And again, with respect to what's been going on all year, this is what you want from the fellas. Now we got this. We got a situation getting ready to bubble here for the postseason. We don't need an NCAA. I like what's shaping up here.
Yeah.
All of these MAC situations.
And I have that inkling of a feeling that maybe this year that we could make the tournament if we make a good deep run in the MAC tourney.
Josh,
I mean,
let's not start going nuts. Let's chill out with this.
That's just me smoking the hope.
There you go. Don't do it before the job. Stop it, man. No. Hey, look. No, Rocket's busy. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate that. Respect. That's all you can do, man. It's not there, but you take a team like that to the bridge, as they say, and we can only salute that. All right. 877-909-1007. Did you guys appreciate the Rockets' effort? You know what I mean? We are brought to you by my friends at the Bellamere Suites. You know this. Please revisit Fun Romance. We're encouraging that. 866-499-BELLA. We're getting close to the weekend. About that time for more reservations and such. So please keep them in mind. And if you happen to be doing it online, somehow on the national scale, that's part of the 12, Josh. It's not like they were all local. The 12 is, we might have a person here or there in some of the other states. But what they do is do it online, 1007theticket.com. But suburban Atlanta, there's a chance. And if in fact you're hearing it, then busy is what you should be when you think about revisiting Fun. And they're really romantic in Atlanta, Josh.
Thank you for your support.
Let me tell you. Also, if I may, real quickly here, for those who could be tuning in with us, we are right here. We are battling each other, Josh, on that. So either you got it or you take it. I'm out. Now, as soon as I give it to you, then I'm going to be sitting here waiting on things to go off. But nonetheless, if I may do this as a sidestep here, because it's early in the day, there's a merch opportunity available for those who love and support the offering here known as Black and White Sports. If you would be kind enough to, if you need to do it on Juke Mode, we like that. But, it's a high traffic area, really big conglomerate thing happening there. Just proud to be a part of the Fortune 500 that are in the Here for Good program. So the T-shirts, the inaugural Black and White Sports logo tee is available now, everyone. And the sweatshirt, adult and youth sizes
are available. Okay. And so jupe mode, again, you can do that there and search Savvy, SAVVY, or just simply take the streamline approach and go to the ticket webpage, 1007theticket.com. And on the, I believe it's the right column there, just above the Glassy Wranglers ad. Shout out to the Wranglers. It's always good to be neighbors there. So there you go. You can click that link and make that happen. It's a pre-order situation. Shipping and handling will take place in a couple of weeks. I believe April, you should have an expectation on delivery. Thank you, Josh. That was just a quick insert there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got to move those shirts.
All right. So we knew that. We Rocket respect. We like that. So we have the Rockets. We'll talk. I'm going to chop that up with the fellas. Let them react to that. I'm curious. See how everybody felt, because we definitely spent some time there. In NBA as well. Then we had the situation. We know Detroit, Cleveland. Cleveland looked solid with this last night. I am interested to see what the fellas say about that. You guys chime in on this too, 877-909-1007, because I would imagine we have a healthy split maybe here locally with the Cavs and Piston thing, especially last night. What did you like? What did you see? No Mitchell in that. So, you know, with the Cavs, nobody wanted to say to me, I know this too, Denny and those guys. See, Josh, they're selective on days they want to mention. Because I told them, let's just, Cavs is my thing there. You know what I mean? Because Mitchell. Remember, because Mitchell out. Keep that in mind. I want to stress that every time those things happen and I say, I'm going here. You say to yourself, he's not playing, easy pick Pistons. No, it's not. And I don't understand how many times that needs to happen before you guys start to take heed to little tendencies like that. And no, nothing is 100% of the time. So don't give me that one. But no, it's not. But boy, is it kind of like a 70% of the time. And in the wagering world, Josh, that's a perfect situation. Did you know that? 7 out of 10 in wager world is like, that's like 100.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you knew that, but that's basically, so, you know, just to kind of put that in perspective. Also, too, I got to come back to the Kyler Murray thing. We were talking yesterday. We know he should be being released. I don't think he has been yet. But we know there'll be a movement. He won't be playing in Arizona next year. So we know this. And I think we were having a conversation yesterday at a point where something, and I can't remember the quote, Josh, you may have to get me on the research, but I just remember saying it was questionable. And could you find me somebody who could help me see what it is I'm not seeing? And apparently, and the irony of this is probably, you know, sweeter than your most incredible, tasty delight from the Bassett Nut Company, in finding out that Ryan Clark has been discovered as someone who was a very strong Kyler Murray proponent.
Oh, my.
See, that's joy. This is where we have joy on these shows. Black and White Sports, everybody, on this Way to Go Wednesday. So way to go Rockets on that. Also, too, of course, way to go U.S. hockey. And today I'm going to do a thing. You know, we look forward to talking to Sandman in the second hour. We had Josh. We have Charlie McAvoy.
McAvoy, yeah.
McAvoy. Excuse me, but again, Boston Bruins. Charlie back. Let me do that. Charlie back. Bruins man. Okay. U.S. hockey, and a couple comments. Can't wait to chop up with Andy on that. You know what I mean? And so you got that going on today. It's like, you know, it's a little bit of it's a mixture, Josh.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's kind of what you expect on Wednesday, or we like to call it hump day.
Yeah, I would concur. Also, to Ski will be through here and press. All right, bottom of the hour. So we'll get with the fellas and sort of get the cipher going. And what am I? Oh, Frank. Sorry. Yep. Mama Mary's here early. We usually wait till hour 2, but we have to do it now. Let you guys know. Here's the promo code. Fastest $1.20, right? Well, promo code Mama Mary's Pizza $1.20. When you order using $1.20, BUCK20 on your order, regardless of the total. cut 20%, Josh.
You can't beat that.
No, you can't. And that is certainly an avenue. And why we do this with Mama Mary's, because Josh,
you get the cheese.
That's how you do it, Frank. That's game. That's game. I don't even know what else I'm supposed to do. But we'll get back at it. Hour number 2. All right. So with that, can we ring the bell? I think we've been way off. Yes. I know Mr. Butler would not be thrilled. Also, keep in mind, too, we will have new location information coming from Mr. Butler. He said to make sure to let you guys know that, but he is getting things in a preparatory consideration of the highest ilk. That was part of it. He didn't really say it like that. That was me trying to make it sound slick. It ain't really work. I don't think it curled. But okay. Ring the bell, brought to you by our man Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist. Ladies.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
And as we ring the bell, brought to you by our man, Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist. Ladies, all right, Josh, what we got going? Looks like the Rockets up first. And as we mentioned, you saw it. Well, I don't know if you saw it or not, but you are aware at this point, 74-72 your final. And I have gone on ad nauseum already at the effort that the Rockets gave us, not necessarily probably given much of a chance. I think, I don't know, the line wasn't crazy. I think it was like 8.5, and I think it closed. It went down, went back up. So the Rockets were getting some love, and rightfully so. They showed everybody, and I like to say again, it speaks to the heart of the collective, and so you can never hate that. Last night, fellas, that was for the bettors, right? That whole, like I said, the last sequence, the calls that weren't getting made were to make sure we didn't have any problems and anybody disrupt anything involving the program, because that story must continue. And at 30-0, it sounds a lot better than 29. So we'll see what's next for these boys from Oxford. All right, Josh, what happened with the figure?
The figures go like this. Leroy Blyden Jr. led all scorers with 21 points for the Rockets. Sonny Wilson had 13. And the only other Rocket in double figures was Minor Strong with 10. As for your Miami Redhawks, your leading scorer was Peter Studer with 15. And Antoine Woolfolk had 14. And Luke Skylak had 11, while Brent Byers chipped in with 13. We came close, but we fell a little bit short. Good effort, boys. 74-72, Miami wins. They remain undefeated.
Yep, hell yeah. No, Rockets, thank you, man, for that. But again, I think it serves, I do feel like it serves a purpose as these guys get set to go into what can actually, again, it's a galvanization opportunity, and you can certainly build and, dare I say, conclude on a relatively fortifiable note. Rockets, we got that opportunity right here, because you don't know who's going to do what in this thing, because the MAC tournament, whatever, that's a real whatever. I believe it is. I think all of these guys can be cracked, all of them, including the Red Hawks. All right, sorry, Josh, too much time there. Let's go to the pros. Then this last night, and the Cavs, Pistons, 113-109, and you like this from the standpoint of the projection. We could be seeing this. This is a very likely postseason scenario. So even though we've been missing some elements coming along here, I think that's clever. NBA has been wise with that. But nonetheless, in terms of what we might be looking at, you got to love it. Again, no Donovan Mitchell. So what? I had no problem taking the Cavs. Yep. Especially because of that. That, again, remember, this is something we talk about here. Those of you who may be new to it, when the big dog is announced in a space where we can certainly respond, and the public generally does, in a matchup like this that the public perceives as relatively even. Whether you thought the Pistons were way better than Cleveland and you're waiting for Cleveland to come around or you like the direction that it's going, still, this is a pretty solid and balanced matchup in the subconscious. So because of that, this was difficult to see Cleveland doing what they did last night without the main man, while the Pistons had theirs. But then you saw the Cade performance. So, all things equal. And again, that too last night I feel was like for the betters. But, I'll take it.
Jalen Tyson led all the way with 22 points for all scorers. Harden had 18 for the Cavaliers. Duran had 24, while Cade Cunningham, as we mentioned, 10 points on 4 of 16 shooting, but he did have 14 assists, and Tobias Harris 19, and Asur Thompson 16 points, but that was not enough. Pistons lose by 4 to the Cavs.
A prop gut bleed out slap. That's all I can go because Cade got the people with that one last night, no question. All right. And finally, NHL, the Jackets over the Predators last night. But I do believe part of my conversation on the way out the door was puck line Nashville, and it was. So we like that. We take the win, Columbus 3-2, and we like a bullseye play, Josh.
Yeah, and hitting the bullseye in terms of pucks toward the net was Coyle, Monahan, and Fantilli each had goals for the Blue Jackets, while Merkelins made 2 saves before he left the game, I believe, with an injury, and Greaves stepped in, made 21 saves. The Predators leading the way was O'Reilly and Forsberg with a goal apiece, and 3-2 is your final. Columbus continues to make its push.
Absolutely. That's Ring the Bell, brought to you by our man Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist ladies. All right, we will come back, take our first break right here. It's a Wednesday. We're getting through it. We'll add the fellas here in a moment. Impress, the quarterback. All right, it's early. Again, we will react to these Rockets, man, and talk about this NBA situation last night. Oh, and don't think I'm leaving out the fact that the Lakers, I know they won, but you guys did see that too. I imagine you guys saw that. And even if you saw it on the highlights, I hope you saw that. And, we'll get to that, too. They're not off the hook. Right? Sit tight. It's black and white. Early.
My sister is my best friend.
It's cold. The delivery is savage. Black and white sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
Internet free at this time on your Wednesday. Commute if you're seeing anything or not, you can call or text. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
You're not going to miss a moment.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Right car, right price, right now.
Rain showers are likely tonight with low temperatures in the mid-30s. After a few dry hours tomorrow morning, showers and storms return for much of the day. Temperatures in the lower 40s up north, 50s down south. From the 13 First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jay Burschbach.
You want some boiled peanuts? What the f- is a boiled peanut?
Property managers, contractors, when air quality matters, trust First Filter in Perrysburg. For over 20 years, we've delivered custom and specialty filters to commercial facilities all across Northwest Ohio. Buildings and schools to construction sites and apartment complexes. Need a hard-to-find size? We'll build it right here in-house. First Filter is your partner in clean, efficient air with expert support and fast turnaround. Find us behind Owens Community College. Call 419-666-5260 or visit firstfilterllc.com. Clean air starts with First Filter.
Black and White Sports.
When people don't need you no more, that's when you finally get to see who they really was. Because people treat you different when they ain't trying to pull nothing from you. So pay attention to who stays solid when you ain't useful. See, anybody can smile at you when they need a favor, but the real ones still return your call, still speak your name clean, and still move with respect even when they ain't got nothing to gain. So protect your time and move close only with the ones who show you who they are when they don't need you.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Way to go Wednesday around here. Let's move through on the continuation. Black and White Sports. Appreciate you guys hanging. We are live from the Cumulus Media Campus, South Glass City. Josh, I was eating M&Ms. I got to the machine. Sorry. The re-up was back. Yep.
Yeah,
so I did, it took me a minute to get together just because of that. All right. Crossing the bottom of the hour. Appreciate you guys hanging with us. 877-909-1007. Nobody want to talk about the Rockets, though. You guys don't appreciate that effort that they gave us. I understand they lost the game. Yep. It's not a moral victory play at all. However, they got busy, but we did. And if you saw it, the final like I said, the sequences down the stretch, but certainly the last one, But when isn't it a questionable official participation anymore? It seems, right? Shout out to the people too, because I didn't do it yesterday. You guys been rocking too. I'm not getting to these comments. My bad. I don't want you guys to cut it out or stop it either. Hightower said it, Josh. This is what I mean. Rockets got robbed. Yep. Maybe let's see the curse of the checkerboard. Yes, the checkerboard. Hightower, you can't really do that. You can't really give them the appropriate respect when you know that they're wearing this. Anything beyond the warm-up pants with the checker thing, and that's still straight. You going off with the warm-up pants and we checkerboard and do it. We've seen this in the past. That Indiana with them stripe boys, them stripe daddies, they had that doing that. Stuff like that is not what I don't even know what the basis of that is. And I think we really do underestimate appearance and all of this. Because I know, true, fiber guys that's really is at the core. You don't care how you look. Put on something and get a t-shirt, tear it. Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, but since they took the time to make uniforms and stitch them together with double mesh and whatever it was in days when they actually were probably cool to even have on, because of just design alone. But, I don't know what we're doing today. But this underestimation of the appearance of things, I think, should be overstated now. Because I don't think we're giving it enough attention around here. But nonetheless, that thing with the Rockets I don't know why. Everything was cool. I can remember several Rocket uniforms that were just basically fly. Color code. I don't get everything. I don't get the checkerboard thing. The only other UT that does that well is the University of Tennessee. No, they don't. It looks stupid. It doesn't do it. No, what you are saying is that you're used to seeing it, and that's all you know. They look stupid too. The checkerboard, I think Kentucky dabbles with this on some level, but fine. If you need to do it on your court, on the floor, hey, get busy. Don't make us wear this. That's all that is. All right, let's roll, man. All right, all guests brought to you by the Bellamere Suites wake-up call line. Let's get back into the full action of things. Gentlemen, good day. We have the quarterback, John Nowajeski, is here, and the edge rusher, Monty Features, is here. Also, I'm going to call him the post player now. We had to transition. We're going to the post player. So that's impressive. That's Monty Features. Welcome, gentlemen. Good afternoon. It's a Wednesday. What's going down?
Hey, what's going on, man? you doing, guys?
Listen, let me just get this real quick. We spent a lot of time on it obviously yesterday. Early reactions. Let me see. Monty, were you pleased with the interior work? I don't even know if you saw the game or not. Let's just say you got the chance to see some highlights at this point. You know the outcome of the situation, though. Do we appreciate what the Rockets were able to do in a situation where I don't think they were given a lot of opportunity to really make an impression?
I saw some highlights. I didn't see the game, but I am pleased with the effort, and that's something they can build on for the tournament. If those guys, you looking at a Miami team that's 30-0, so you in the locker room, you saying, hey, that's an undefeated team. If we can put this kind of effort in, the average MAC team we gonna beat, right? And that's what you use to motivate them for the tournament.
John, like I said, I've been very intentionally harsh on these cats because I expected them to kind of do this a little more often. It would have been fine. I don't need you to win every game and be above what we actually are. And that was fine to me. I'm not mad. Like I said, I'm feeling good today, man.
Well, I mean, what we talk about
the Bandits. They want to almost be the Bandits, man, with that.
I mean, yeah, what did we talk about yesterday? Who needed this game more, right? And I truly believe that Miami needed it more, and they went out and did what they needed to do. But on the flip side of that, look at Toledo, and what I said earlier is Coach K is getting the most out of these guys at this time. And if he can, Monty, to your point, if he can get this kind of effort night in and night out, they will end up shocking someone. They will end up, doing something that no one ever believed they could do. I just don't think all five guys can give this continued effort night in and night out when it comes to the tournament. This particular squad, that's my fear. All these guys are giving everything they got, and they're just falling short. So I don't believe in moral victories, but I do believe that Coach K can use this as a launch pad for this tournament. And the big guys came to play last night, but can they sustain it, Sav? That's been their Achilles heel all year. I just don't know if they can.
Well, go ahead, Monty, because this is the thing about that.
Sometimes it just take a game like that to let you know that you can dance, though.
Sure.
Against the big dogs.
Yeah, that's it. He said it. That's
once the music starts, it's hard to get it out your head. You know how you hear that song? It's hard to get it out your head.
And those boys, again, we said that too, because you got to have a different effort. You got to get something out of yourself different tonight to go in here, because we cannot go in here and get embarrassed, because that's what is supposed to go down. And we have to know we're better than maybe what we've shown in different instances. And so last night was a great display of that type of resilience, and we just like to see that in our home guys. Josh, real quick, a favor, if you could pull the box score again, please, because I just want to look at some things before we move on, man, and jump off this situation. Talking to John Nowajeski here. Monty Features is here. All right, Rockets in Oxford last night, busy, and now the 30-0 Red Hawks certainly had a tough time getting there with our guys last night, and we're saluting that. Okay, now again, just scoring. Who led in scoring again? And let me, matter of fact, give me the starters and how many double-figure guys did we have?
Okay, 3 starters for the Rockets were in double figures. Blyden Jr. had 21. Sonny Wilson
Big
had
game too. Young boy, young cat. Look at him. I know it's gonna be hard to keep, but go ahead.
Sonny Wilson had 13, and Minor Strong had 10. Those were the only Rockets in double figures.
First things first, right there. See, when we come into some of these other games, that's going to change a little bit, and maybe the Sonny Wilson 20 plus on a night against someone, I don't know, because they probably, it'd be cool. We had to play the Falcons again. Are the Falcons in it? Because everybody in the MAC?
Yeah,
everybody in the MAC is in the MAC is in the turn. So
no, actually the top 8 teams go to the tournament. 5 are left out. The bottom 5 are left out.
And BG is in the top. No,
BG's in, yes.
I gotta say, okay, BG. So what I was trying to get at is looking at a possibility of a scenario and having to see that again. And I don't think I'd see the same effort, back to the point of the energy Monty's talking about. And John, what you're wondering, will there be a shift that can be, again, sustained? But this is built. It ain't even, you don't need it sustained yet, John. You just need another instance of it and something similar, because that type of effort against what's going to be lesser. That's almost everybody's a lot lesser than what Miami is giving, you know what I'm saying, what they're bringing. So, ideally you're thinking that,
I
mean, gotta love it. I'm amped. If I'm a Rocket right now,
I think this game proved what a lot of people fear is Miami's really not as good as their record. You can kind of make that argument as well. I mean, I'm not 30-0 is 30-0, fellas. We can't take. I'm not taking anything away from 30-0, but it's a lot like the talk we have about the Buckeyes, right? The weak schedule. This guy, when you come to play, when a team comes to play and ready to go and gives you your best punch, can you take it? And I mean, both things can be true. And last night, Toledo showed what they can be, and Miami maybe showed a little chink in their armor. So
you could have said, John, Toledo showed you what they can be, and Miami showed you what they can be.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That was. That's exactly what that was. All right, man, we're going to step aside one time, come back, switch it to the big dogs, man, and get into some pro conversations around here. Monty features John Nowajewski. Oh, and before we go, why wait, Josh? Pat McAfee. Moment of we can rely on the Pat McAfee show to supply us with these moments. I think now they're becoming intentional because Pat McAfee is well aware of what he does, vocabulary-wise and speaking. But once again, we'll be back, though.
Looking for exactly. What do you make the hammer for? Well, if a team's out of it and they want to get back into it and they can try, let's make the hammer. Boom. Okay, then let's make hole-in-ones a big deal. Obviously, boom. And then let's have one of the funniest dudes who's actually a commentator, so he's good on the stick if you need him. Let's have him make the game winner to send it. It's like everything TGL wanted happened, and we're happy for them. Hell yeah. Let's go, TGL.
Tiger.
Huh?
Yeah. When the game ends, the real talk begins. Black and white sports with Andre of the Savages. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
No unusual slowdowns, no incidents to pass along at this time on your Wednesday commute. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Hey, it's Mookie. Northwood Jewelers is hosting their annual bridal event on Saturday, March 21st from 10 until 3. If you're getting ready to tie the knot, this is the perfect time to shop. Buy one wedding band, get one free. Exclusions do apply. Still looking for that perfect engagement ring? You can find one during the bridal event. Northwood Jewelers bridal event is Saturday, March 21st from 10 until 3, 4612 Woodville Road. 3 generations of diamond expertise. Northwood Jewelers, service before, during, and after the sale.
Something. Exteriors is celebrating 25 years in business with a $25K home improvement giveaway. So if you're in need of new windows, roofing, or siding, enter to win $25,000 from Integrity Home Exteriors. Enter to win at 1007theticket.com.
The link is here. The link is here. The link is here. The link is here. Glass City, Southeast Michigan, and parts beyond. Let us offer our advanced thank yous for picking up your Black and White Sports inaugural logo tee or sweatshirt. Adult and youth sizes available. In conjunction with our good friends at Jupe Mode and the Here for Good program. Shout out to all the area businesses involved. We are just honored and humbled. So thank you. We encourage you. Please go to the ticket homepage right here, 1007theticket.com, and just click the link right over the Glass City Wranglers ad. Shout out to our Hoopers. Great start to the season. All right, 1007theticket.com. The link is right over the ad. Click it today.
Black and White Sports.
I'll do everything I can to rehabilitate you.
Marry me.
Everything except that.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Everything but that, Julie Newmar. Okay, did y'all hear that? Y'all didn't even hear. Y'all boys didn't hear that, man. That damn ad. I should have Josh run that again. You didn't hear Adam West. He said, I will do everything I can to rehabilitate you. That lady said, marry me. That boy said anything but that. Damn. Adam West, ladies and gentlemen, original pimpery. And he had on dancing pants.
As does Robin.
Yeah. What was up with Robin's suit? We was talking about appearances. This what you got me in? What was it? His hookup was the red, yellow, and green hookup.
Yeah.
What was
That's
my
why he
hookup?
rode in the side.
Remember that little tiny ass, that little short ass cape? Wait, hold up. Nah. Then he had the Elf Boys on. You didn't see his footwork.
The shoes.
His footwork was the Elf Boys. Yeah, they had the pointy tip on it. Ski is over here acting like he didn't see this. Ski didn't miss an episode of this.
Listen, I was not staring at Robin's uniform. I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Because they got on costumes. That's a good try. That ain't funny. So listen.
Yes, it is.
What I'm saying is hilarious because that's how Robin was dressed, and they were superheroes. That's the thing. But that man said, nope, can't do that.
Sure.
Adam West.
Get in those tights.
It's been we knew where we were going. You had that, then came the Boy George Nations. Then we have arrived. I don't get what all the shock and awe was about.
Right.
Thank you to the Obama administration. We are live and direct. Here we go. Back to it. It's a way to go Wednesday. Ski, get your eyes uncovered, Ski. You don't uncover. Monty is just as uncomfortable. We got to explain this over here around the way. What's wrong with him?
I'm good. I'm just not rocking the tights
this week. No, I'm sorry, John. You tried to get me, man. Quit trying to attack me, man.
Why? No, I'm not.
You slick.
Fly with your red.
I'm trying to point out the man. I hadn't thought about it. He's in the head popping. You know, he got the goal, but the thing is short. Adam, why is Batman hookup is to the floor with it? And this dude, why is his hookup like that? I never thought about it. I'm like, same thing like the softball field, man. Weren't you here when I asked about the soft? Maybe let's ask Monty. Monty, did you hear the question about the softball field? Do you know why is there no grass for the late? How come their field is no grass? You ever looked at a softball game? Where did you see grass in the infield? See, it's not. Everything rocking behind the shortstop.
It's so many jokes in there. I'm gonna be safe and leave it alone.
Right.
Okay, don't worry. He'll come along soon. Don't worry, Monty. That'll stop. That'll stop by the 4th of July. He won't be saying that. All right, people. Okay, we move it forward. Fastest Buck 20 is about to wrap up. Hour 1 is close to the conclusion. But let me come back to this, man. We kind of, Detroit, Cleveland last night. And let me do these things. Josh, you still have the you got the photos for the breaking?
Yeah,
we got two
'em,
break.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know how we do this.
Okay, we'll do
Because
the,
it's like one is a joyous breaking, the other one isn't joyous. So can I do the joyous breaking for me? Because once again, you guys don't listen to it often enough to understand there's always a trajectory on a lot of these things that get implemented into the script of this show. And this is when you know that everything is not completely lost in the department of logic, and we're not going to play silly stuff here in this place. And now you got the first season off because I imagine there was something done with the administrative portions. It was probably a good flyer to take. We feel like for all intents and purposes, this worked out for the Patriots in the much larger scale, and certainly because most people did not expect them to fare as well as they did this year. So in having Stephon Diggs, it seemed like, okay, it would be okay. Now, I was immediately disturbed by this acquisition because I was concerned at the effect it could possibly have on a young quarterback like Drake May in terms of the culture that's being established, new coaching, a guy that could come in with a certain level of personal perception along with baggage from previous, so on and so forth, and all of that. That's not a lot that's new. But in Diggs' case, I was concerned with him being in the Patriot fold. But as it were, it went well. But I said to myself, oh, there's no way we can re-up on this and think we can climb the mountain again with the energy that surrounds this guy. So I come back to the fellas here and guys, Monty, John, Diggs, everything that's going on. And John, sometimes I wonder, this is where this could be interesting for us today, because I don't necessarily know you to be a real pop culture follower per se, but I know you pretty much get stories that's floating through life and on people, even if they cross the genres of notoriety, right? And I say this because I know for a fact Monty is well aware of what I could dip to with respect to Stephon Diggs and a lot of off the field situations that are in place, that were in place as they were getting to the pinnacle of the mountaintop, and probably were going to be a concern to the organization moving forward. Well, guys, in the breaking news that was a while ago here before our last break here, Stephon Diggs has been released from the New England Patriots, and I'm excited about that. It shows me that the Patriots are probably really going to continue to really be a threat, because that's the type of energy that you still can't have in-house with what is in everyone's mind on what this can be. And what we've already, of course, done here, we wouldn't have had this guy here in the past in any of those times, maybe for just a hair, but they'd get him out of there, like it seems Vrabel and Mr. Kraft are doing here, because there's a lot going on with this guy, and you're going to hear that name a lot more. It just won't be anything involving Super Bowls or a lot of catches here coming up short. So, but John, let me start with you on that. Just as you hear this, just the initial reaction to it. Were you a person that was in favor? Did you like Diggs there? I'm not saying we know
No,
he's not a ball, but I didn't love him.
I think a lot of people were on the same boat as you were, Sav, was kind of worried when they brought him in. I think Vrabel was the only coach, or the only type of coach, I should say, that could have made this work, and he did. I didn't expect him to be there long term, and I think it accentuated the situation when the quarterback, Drake May, when he played so well. When he played so well and proved that he could do it with any receiver group, I think it was like, look, this guy's headed down the Antonio Brown route. It's time to move on from this kind of player. And it was a one-year deal anyway. It worked out for everybody. They got a Super Bowl ring. He contributed to the program. Hey, now it's time to move it on down the road. They don't need anything like that moving forward.
Now, Monty, how much of this do you imagine it is, when I say the off-court things, and a lot of the narrative that goes with him and his attachment to significant others, so on and so forth, because I feel like this is a very strong catalyst into why we're announcing this news.
It is definitely. I'd say it's probably 97% off the field things. The whole not premarital. What's the word I'm looking for? Infidelity.
Yeah.
Issue. Getting another a married woman pregnant. The issue he had with the cook. It's just. I mean, the chef. It's just a lot of off-field stuff that contributes to just unnecessary noise that an organization don't want to and don't have to put up with. If you take him strictly for on field, there's some things that you can probably put up with. But then when you start compounding things that don't look favorable for the organization, then you got to go.
And the Patriots were resounding at that. It seems clear. So off to the next or whatever is in the future for Stephon Diggs. Well, it's going to be some, a lot of litigation, actually, if you guys want to know the truth. We're just not for today and not our conversation to have. And then secondarily, as we get set to roll out of here in hour number one, a little bit a little bit less enthusiastic, I should say, and non-energetic when we say the passing of Lou Holtz has come today, ladies and gentlemen, on this day in March. What do we say? The legendary, I don't know what words you would
he
possibly
was an original.
you know what I mean? And without saying, and so John Ski, let me come back again. Football man, you know what I mean? Lou Holtz. We hear this in the breaking news of this, and you gotta just imagine what the next couple of days and what this weekend is going to entail from the feedback perspective.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, legendary doesn't probably do it justice. Sav,
Not at all.
He's in the fabric of the game itself. He's in the fabric of 100% of the coaches that are coaching now, and most likely the coaches coming up. I mean, Lou Holtz is synonymous with football, and he'll be missed around the football community for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely the blueprint of what coaching was in his heyday. And you talk a man who lived, breathed football. Like, you couldn't think of football, in that time without thinking Lou Holtz. So, rest in peace to a definite legend.
Absolutely. Respect. We will come back. Ladies and gentlemen, hour number 2. Way to go Wednesday. All right. We're halfway there. Halftime. We'll see you in the second half at 5:05.
See y'all tomorrow.
Right after this Buckeye update.
%78 of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, but you don't have to. The 24K Life Gant, giving you high achievers the system to master money, mindset, and success. Are you ready to rise? Visit 24klife.org. Live 24K.
Danny Schaefer.
This is Denny Schaefer inviting you to join me along with producer Chris Hollywood. Don't miss Denny Radio Sports and More weekdays from 2 to 4 right before Black and White Sports. Denny Radio Sports and More is just that. We talk sports, we talk pop culture, politics, the drama that is my life, and plenty of guests too. Call in. It won't cost you nothing. 877-909-1007.
He's an idiot.
Weekdays 2 to 4 on 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus Media station.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
The Cardinals have informed quarterback Kyler Murray that he'll be released at the start of the new league year on March 11th, according to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. Murray has been with the team for 7 seasons after being selected first overall in 2019. Elsewhere, the franchise tag window closed on Tuesday, and 4 players received a tag this year. The Colts placed the transition tag on quarterback Daniel Jones, while Jets running back Breece Hall received the franchise tag on the final day of the window. Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts and Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens were also tagged earlier this offseason. Teams now have until July 15th to agree on a long-term deal with their tagged players. Plus, the Falcons were announced as one of the teams that will play in Madrid in 2026. The Madrid matchup will be part of a record 9 international games in 2026. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Join Andre of the Savages weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
If your passport is
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Tax saving.
Black and White Sports.
Oh, rotten-hearted nigga that you are right now. You smile, but your smile ain't worth a damn. Your smile hides the filthiness of your hearts. Your hearts are rotten. And but 1 out of 4 of you gonna make it, because the heart is so damn bent up out of shape that no matter how good the truth is, you can't even perceive the truth right because of the condition of your hearts. You're filled with envy and jealousy. Oh yeah, man, you are a trifling hell of a people to work with. What do you got to be envious over? Or who that think he is? Got all them people looking up to him. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm not out here telling people look up to me. I can't help that. If that's what God wants, he produces it. Don't envy me for that. I'm your brother working to serve you. Why would you hate me because of envy?
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Hour number 2 on this Wednesday, middle of the week. Thank you guys for hanging out. 100.7 The Ticket, ESPN here in the Glass City. We are on the South Arlington, to be exact, Cumulus Media Campus. I am Andre of the Savages. Josh Burnham in here trying to hold this thing together, doing an exemplary job like he does. John Nowajeski still on the scene. Monty Features. Appreciate you, brother, coming through. We'll talk to you tomorrow. But yep, the quarterback is still here with me. And we will continue on. My bad, too, when I said Josh didn't tell me, he set me up. He did me dirty. This is what he does. This is how he does it. Oh, yeah, we back to the NFL update. After John, I said the Buckeye thing, and then, So he likes to make me look like an ass. I've realized that it's almost like, I feel like it's an endearing thing, though. It doesn't bother me, John. It's like I feel like it's a brother. You have
I think that's the main reason why I got this job. Because if anyone wants to make other people look like a horse's rear end, I'm the person for it.
Yes, Josh. Yes, and it's not hard to do with me though, Josh. I'll meet you right there. I always meet you in the middle, right there. Oh boy, John Nowajeski. It's always fun to have these times. Let me tell you. Glad you're here.
We're just blessed to I'm happy to see we're rubbing off on you. You got the Buckeye red on today.
Oh my gosh. Josh, you should put your crown back on. Josh has 2 crowns.
He's got the crown. I saw the crown yesterday. I'm surprised he's not sporting it today.
I don't know. He probably gets tired. He's had enough. You know what I mean? Our adolescent hijinks is a little overwhelming. But let me do this real quick as we move on. Okay, hour number 2. I got a few bits of business to address here. Do you guys or your kids, do they happen to game online? Perhaps, or maybe not, I should say, because you could have a disruptive sort of stream thing happening. Well, allow me to introduce Rocket Internet, ladies and gentlemen. And this isn't entry-level service. Oh, no. It's fiber-powered internet, 600 megabits per second for $9.99 or a full gig for $19.99. Built for the streaming, like I said, the gaming, working from home, multiple devices can run at once. The Wi-Fi equipment is included. There is unlimited data, no contract to sign, and they guarantee this price, people, when you link it up for 3 years, which is what really makes people do the double take, all right? Rocket Internet offering 600 megabits for only $9.99 per month or 1 gig for only $19.99 per month. It's actually a no-brainer, as I said. Both plans include Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, no contract, a 3-year price guarantee. Get RocketInternet.com or call 567-3-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit or call 567-3-ROCKET for full details. Back as we continue, second hour here. As we know, traffic portion of the program, and it belongs to my good friends at Mama Mary's Pizza. Oh, yeah, where you can find them in Holland, Ohio, Airport Highway to be exact. And let me start with this today. Excuse me, let me start with this today. Please, let me start with this today. MamaMarysPizza.com online. MamaMarysPizza.com online. One time. Online. Why is this? Well, to be kind, Frank did this. He gave you this promo code. Let me say, Chris, is how you should move. Put it in play. This is what you do. BUCK20, 20% off the entire order. Whatever the order ends up being, knock off the 20 because you listen to Black and White. You watch Black and White, whatever you're doing. And you're going to get a t-shirt too because you love it. And that is available on the ticket website here on the homepage. You can do that there, right on the right side in the column above the Glass City Wranglers ad. Shout out to them. But yeah, or just go to Juke Mode. You can put Savvy in the search there in the Here for Good program. And so that's a little bit more extensive. But either way, you'll get there. And of course, it's all over the Facebook work, everywhere. The Black and White page, of course. Oh, you know what, Josh? I haven't been put. We need to put it on the ticket page now that I'm thinking of it. And of course, my personal page, Andre of the Savages. So please make that happen. We have a limited time, people. We must act fast. Just like you must act quickly to bring that back around full circle. Mama Mary's $120, because we are the fastest, right? You know that. 20% off will get that done. Go see if Frank is lying. I would tell you in advance, he's not. Okay. John Ski, we resume as we get back in here and continue with the work at hand today. So what did you think, John? I don't know. We didn't talk too much. I guess the Pistons, Cavs, just in general. Wait, which one are you a fan of? You a Cavs guy? I know you like baseball. I know where you at on the baseball thing.
Yeah, I probably lean more towards the Cavs, having family in Cleveland. But
right.
Yeah, Sav, I'm on the record many times. Both these teams I still am skeptical of, and I still believe Detroit is going to go farther. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
I think the adding.
Why do you say that?
I think the adding of James Harden was a desperate move, and I mean, one they had to try to get back for the fans, getting rid of Garland, to be honest. But I knew Garland probably should have left a year prior, maybe two. But they were trying to, squeeze as much out of that as they could. But, with everything that's happening with that team, Harden has never proven to me, Sav. We talk about stat padding and what James Harden's done in the league. That's all great.
Right.
But he's never won anything, and he hasn't showed up in the biggest moments. And I think they're just getting ready for the return of the Kang is what they're doing next year. And we're going to be sickened by this retirement freaking parade that's going to go on. So get ready, Cleveland. Get ready to gush over your Kang for the next whatever.
He still probably won't. I don't know. God bless the Browns.
Listen, that's what's going to happen, Sav. And Andy's going to have to labor through it. And I just hope we're going to have to come up with some way better material for the next whatever amount of time he's in Cleveland, Sav. Because it's just going to be terrible. I can't.
Don't you worry. It won't be difficult. I assure you.
No, not difficult. Not difficult. I want to keep the listeners engaged. We're going to have to find something like
right. Yeah. They're not going to want to hear it. But no, listen, please. It's all good if you could just simply let's just stop the LA train. That's all. That's all I ask. And LeBron,
well, that's your fandom. Right.
Play till you're 50, brother. Play till you're 50. Do what you do. Hey, I'm not even upset at this man anymore. They feel like I don't like him.
I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you though. Hey, are they keeping JJ Redick if the Kang leaves?
No, you got to roll. No hell. Listen, back to thank you, Skeet. Quick transition, real quick, because I have some football.
With Luka, there's some friction. There's some friction there with Luka.
Yes, friction because he's a fraud. But listen, okay, dig it. I mean, as a coach, Hooper, JJ, South again levels. I try not to say much about guys because I didn't play on a certain level. So I just try to watch it when we get into, besides us just doing this job at this extent. But when they played and kind of what they do that made them who they were, when JJ Redick, he would shoot that thing. He was cool. I'm not mad at any of that. But this coaching thing and the way it came, here's the evidence why you can't do this in this way. And LeBron says F everything all the time. I'm going to do it. I want to do it. And even to this extent. So let me come over to this game last night. How about the fact that now they tried to sell it to me as their ability to kind of come back and sort of grit down and do that. But we're playing the Pelicans, man. What is a battle back about? I get you won. I don't want to hear any of that. And again, I say this, and the reason I keep harping on it, John, is because this is not as complicated as everybody makes it. As much as they, even with the struggle, defense is an effort thing. That's one thing. So let's just leave it there. We know these fools don't play defense at this phase. I don't know at what point we're gonna click a switch and do that. So I don't really have a fantasy there. But that's a one of importance. But let's just take that off. Everything else, LeBron stuff, he can affect Reeves, Luka, so on. LeBron is still refusing to make a very serious sacrifice for this team to operate. And for one, that's his simple effort alone, man. That alone. Forget the other two guys. That alone.
Everybody praises him for his basketball IQ, right?
Yes.
Everyone praises him, not me, but everyone praises him for his basketball IQ. But yet he seems to not understand what his role in the best success for the team should be. Sav, you're right on point, but he's been the selfish player forever. And that's why.
And that's the reality. They don't want to
get reality.
You can't get to the stuff you've done. A selfish player shoots for these goals. I get that players have achieved them, but if we were to talk to these guys of this past, they would tell you I played and therefore I achieved. I just saw Hop today. Congratulations, Dennis Hopson, even though we're talking about his record being gone, but we're going to talk about how long the damn record stood, right? And in doing that, you see what I'm saying? And so, again, to that extent, he wouldn't tell you I was not shooting for that. I was just shooting. And when I got done, that's what it was, you see? And that's why he's not minding that the young man is getting ready to break it, because he said it. He's like, hey, it's going. That's about it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It's, and I'm going on down. I think he said he was going down to Columbus this weekend, so on and so forth. But to that, again, big difference. And I just use him because that's a guy that we can, is right here in our face, and this is our guy. But put it on whatever level you guys, whoever you want to put in that box of achievement, okay? And the guys played, and they got busy, and getting busy, this is what I got. This is what came out. My man shot for these things, and he was clever about the path to these things. Hold on real quick, John, before you answer. Let me get Andy in here real quick. All guests brought to you by the Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call Line. My bad, Sandman. I wanted to get you in here before too long. I know we got you for a short time today. Andy Sanzada, everyone, our 216 boots on the ground. So, of course, want to hear from him and follow up to last night and everything. But as you come in here now, Andy, we hate to be on LeBron, but it was kind of, we came off the game, and John, we made the connection, LeBron and the potential of him returning, so on and so forth, and just kind of saying that. And I went, of course, to please get the hell out of LA. And I was kind of on this type of tangent and how we were really talking about the ineptness of the Lakers in relative sense, but last night having to battle back against the Pelicans, I don't want to hear that. And the reason we were hearing a lot of this still is because ultimately there's a significant sacrifice that LeBron James must make within himself. And the ironic part, gentlemen, and everybody, audience, listeners, is that he could have a shot at this. I know you guys laugh at the Laker roster. You try to make it seem like it's no, it's not. We all, I think, know in our subconscious that even with the current personnel, with those guys, because you got Luka Doncic, because you got LeBron James, you still have a realistic chance of beating another basketball team because of the nature of basketball itself. So because of that, the reason we keep seeing this stagnant circle and hamster wheel is because my man won't do the things necessary to at least, Andy, John, impersonate Magic Johnson for real. Yeah, like if I had, do you understand? That's how I can capsulize that. I'll hand you that, but that's kind of where you come in, where we were at, and that's not, and it still isn't that. And it's John made the point he was selfish, and then we start talking about the stats and whatever.
Well, he's always going to be selfish. He's LeBron James. He's an egomaniac. He's never going to do what's right for the team. If he would have done that, Cleveland would have won more than one title. I truly believe that, because he would have stayed. He would have signed for less money. They could have kept Kyrie and so on and so forth. So, but that's years past. The thing I'll disagree with you on, Sav, is even if he played the role that he should play on this team, they can't compete with Oklahoma City and San Antonio. I'm sorry. They don't have the roster for that.
It certainly feels like that. I got to go ahead and roll with that.
Yeah. So I understand they might be in a better spot in the standings, but they still don't have what they need to beat San Antonio or Oklahoma City. So,
Andy,
that's my take on LeBron and where the Lakers are at right now. And the other thing is, Sav, and I think you will agree with me on this, they won't win as long as JJ Redick's the coach.
No, he didn't even know. John, listen, he didn't even know. He didn't hear it. We didn't do it. We didn't plan it. Nobody writes a script. Look at that. See, that's the synergy. Thank you, Andy. All I want to do is say thank you right there. The audience already know. They thanking you. They laughing their ass off right now. They're in the cars cracking up. They're like, he didn't even know. How he just come in like that?
Call me Nostradamus, I guess, right?
Man, yo, this guy, man. But none of this. Okay. But talk to me last night. Your thoughts, man, real quick. Detroit, Cleveland, bam. Your boys. We got that. I told her I picked them. No Mitchell.
Yeah.
Remember, I keep telling. I'm just trying to exercise my pattern from my guys who are doing the betting, so everybody can get on trips and go on vacations with their wives.
Right.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Well, the thing that impressed me the most was I didn't know this because I didn't get to watch the game until the fourth quarter because I had band rehearsal last night. But Jared Allen got hurt and he was out for the majority of the game, and they still were able to hang on and win. The one thing I did see was Steve talked about the fact that he thinks that the Pistons are the favorites in the East because of their physicality on defense. You saw that come to light once again late in the fourth quarter. But this time, because they had Harden on the floor, they were able to weather that storm. And he made a big difference. He didn't score a lot, guys, but when he scored, it was important baskets. And that's what, to me, is going to be the difference. And I think the Cavs proved, at least from the eye test to me, that when they're healthy, I don't think Detroit can beat them in a 7-game series. I don't. Even if Detroit has home court, I still think Cleveland has a better overall team and a better overall roster. And their experience with Mitchell and Harden and these guys having gone through the playoffs now the last couple of years together, I think would make the difference. And that's not taking anything away from Detroit whatsoever. But I just think last night showed – and remember, they escaped Friday. Cleveland should be 2-0 in the last 2 games against Detroit. And they didn't have everybody. So that's why I think that Cleveland would win a 7-game series if it came down to it.
No, I'm not necessarily mad at that. Talking to Andy Sanzada, John Ski is here, and that's the thing, Andy. You know what I mean? Last night says sort of interesting perspective in that you don't have Mitchell, and I feel like last night more than Cleveland, because we're watching Cleveland. I think we're still just going to wait. And John said this earlier too, and I think everybody keeps making the point. It's still going to be a playoff push with these guys that's going to tell us anything promising. Right. Mitchell, Harden. So, okay, forget that. But back to this Detroit, I keep feeling like it's so revealing on the Detroit Achilles heel, because that's what you still saw last night. Because Cade is not going to have a bunch of 10-point games. We know that, but he had one. And there's just absolutely nothing to hang our hat on.
Well, Tobias Harris had 17 points in the third quarter, but he's not going to give you that every night either.
Never. And that's what I know. And I'm glad you mentioned it, because I didn't feel comfortable mentioning that, because I know that's almost never. But it would be great if you could just be that. If it could be that with him, we're having an entirely different conversation with regard to you guys saying that it's still likely Detroit and they're the stronger. All right, we're going to come back and get this thing in too, Andy. I got to do this before you go. Okay, Josh is pressing us up out of here, but I want to come back, man. I got your boy Charlie, man, and Charlie McAvoy from the U.S. team, man. I have some I want you to hear and share. I thought was very interesting today, and to get your commentary on this, and maybe you too, John, because I know you're a hockey guy. You know what I mean, and so I thought it was solid, man. What he shared today. So we'll get to that, man, when we come back before Andy rolls up out of here. All right, we got the fellas in here. Andy, John will come back, and we have a shirt on sale. People, if you go to the ticket website on the homepage, you can find a little link there above the Wranglers, or just go to the Jupe Mode website, and there you can put Savvy in the search, SAVVY, in the Here for Good program link. Okay, we'll come back.
Want wagers that win? Weekdays will walk you to the window. Tune into Best Bets on Black and White Sports, 4 to 6 p.m. on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the Big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
enjoy what we do. We especially enjoy working with our customers.
I love helping couples find the perfect engagement ring. Finding that perfect engagement ring for that perfect someone is a one-of-a-kind moment.
Our collection of man-made colored diamonds is unmatched anywhere. Beautiful, vibrant pink diamonds or blue or yellow. We have amazing pearl jewelry or beautiful rare stones like alexandrite, rubies, sapphires, emeralds that run the spectrum of the rainbow. We love having things that you can't find anywhere else.
Man-made diamonds are 100% real diamonds. Man-made diamonds are available exclusively at Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers.
Stop in and see us at Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers. We're located on Monroe Street, just west of Franklin Park Mall.
I want fans to know that I'm going to do my best. You know, obviously I'm going to have fun, but I'm going to execute, have a surgical execution, and just play ball, man. Like, this is something I've been doing since I've been 4 years old, and I just get to do it in the greatest city in the world. I'm gonna be saying it with my son. It's the greatest city in the world. Yeah, that's a Hamilton reference if y'all don't know. Yeah, 10-year reunion.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Crossing the bottom of the hour, 100.7 FM. That's ESPN here in the Glass City. I am Andre of the Savages. Got a few assistants here to help get me through this doggone thing, and I appreciate them every time they do it. Andy Sanzada here. John Nowajeski. Josh Burnham doing what he does. Welcome back into it on this Way to Go Wednesday. Also, let me do some work too, Josh, while you got that happening. In the bounce. Shout out to all the fellas on the stream game. Slick Rick, we see you. K Jones, always in the building with Hightower going off. What did Hightower? He said something else clever today, I think. He said the Rockets got robbed. I saw that earlier. Let's see. K Jones and these boys' comments. Sorry, fellas. I'm not really putting the comments out like I should. But appreciate everybody checking in with us at Black White Sports. That's on the Facebook. Also, our YouTube. Josh, I hope you're still YouTube Savvy Television.
Yeah, YouTube.
Gotta have that. That's a daily. Yeah, that's our backup.
Savvy Television,
That's the
YouTube definitely, and Black and White.
Okay. And the ticket. Oh, well,
the ticket we share it. There. It's
we share it.
Janky today. We share. Yeah.
Okay, we share it. Okay, and we have a T-shirt available too right now, limited time only, and it's important that we get this in before that limited time is up, and that'll be soon. So please make sure you support the Black and White Sports offering. We certainly would appreciate that. Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan, if you could, and anybody else in other lands, distant lands, please. That's why the online vehicle is the source. So doing that, your shipment will arrive in early April. So it's a pre-order situation. So please do that. Ticket page, you can do it 1007theticket.com. Right over on the right column, Glass City Wranglers. That's where the conjunction is. I like saying that. So shout out to the fellas. Great start early in the season. So that's always love there. And of course, again, at Juke Mode, the site itself, you know that is the home of the Here for Good program anyway. And you can click that link, put us in the search. It's just that we're in there with like the Fortune 500 other businesses in town that are doing it too. So we're just excited about that. All right. Ski is here. Andy is here. Let's go back, fellas. All right. Here's the thing. Andy, I had this for you. John, please feel free to enjoy this as we have just a brief follow-up. USA Hockey, if you will. And I think there's a conversation here, even though I do want you guys to hear this, have our guy here in a moment. And it was like the experience, I guess, is what got me, because I know I was wondering this. I mean, I would imagine maybe you guys were too. Andy, I know you're one of those people. Again, we happen to be on the air. I feel like, we were a breaking news source. Andy reacting in the moment, sounded like he was up on his furniture and all of that. So as someone who I know, thoroughly enjoyed, overwhelmed by and all of that, and I know I'm not understating that. And so with respect to that, Andy, and those who certainly just enjoy, man, and certainly love to absorb the game that in the level that you do, here we want to share this with our Boston Bruin man, Charlie McAvoy here, who was talking about the motive here. That's why I was wondering, man, how did they feel about the attention, the 1980, all of this, all of that? And sometimes, sometimes the young dogs, they hear it. It's like you get pressed into it sometimes, these generations of young people, and maybe they don't embody it. It's not because they're in an adversarial sense or something that is not necessarily patriotic. Maybe they don't get the energy. Maybe they don't get the emotion and don't necessarily carry it all the time as much as the narrative implies that they should or would. But hear this from our man when he talks about their experience and what was really going on with these guys, especially in relationship to their elders.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I got so many texts, people saying thank you, and then also about the impact that this is going to have moving forward. That we've inspired the next generation. And I think one of the coolest things is that, we've been able to talk. We were FaceTiming like Chris Chelios before every game, Brian Leach. Like, these are all the guys that we had their jerseys. We dreamed because of them, because of what they did, in that 80 group, Mike Ruzioni, who I've known since I've been at BU. Then you had that 96 World Cup of hockey team, like all these guys that just paved the way. That was why we wanted to do this. We got into hockey because of them. And then it was just so amazing that, like, we got to share it with them. We got to FaceTime them and be like, man, look, we did it. Like, we did it for you guys. And then hearing, how we'll be the ones, getting FaceTimes all these years later, being like, hey, we watched you guys do that. We dreamed because of you guys. We thought it was possible because you guys did it. Like, that just gives you chills. That's been, probably one of the coolest parts about the whole thing.
So when you hear something like that and you realize that these guys realized that every bit of it, took that with them, and we get the result. And I'm going to get to the ladies here in a minute too, because he talks about them. But your reaction to that, though, you hear that and you hear our man Charlie Mack.
Well, he went to Boston University, so he had the exposure to Mike Ruzioni early on. And I think that helped him not only get to the NHL, but make Team USA as well, because it's a different style of hockey. Olympic hockey and the NHL are two different types of hockey. It's a bigger rink, and there's different rules that apply. So it's not the same game. So to be able to adjust your game to be able to be that successful, I think to me was the most impressive part. But these guys were motivated by the fact that everybody was talking about Canada. Nobody was talking about this team and an opportunity to win the gold going into this Olympics. So I think that had a lot to do with it. Charlie's never going to say that because you don't want that to get back to the Canadian players, because some of them are your teammates, But that was definitely a big part of it as well. And to hear what Nathan McKinnon said to tie into that, he said that he didn't believe Team USA was a challenge for Canada. So they didn't take Team USA seriously enough. And in that second period, you could see that. They finally woke up and said, oh, crap, we better play hockey. And if it wasn't for Hellebuck, it would have been silver. But, that's why a goalie can win you a championship. He can win you a gold medal. You saw it firsthand. But when they talk about the motivation of inspiring a generation, yeah, that's one of the reasons you should play the game. And they inspire these guys for the right reasons too, guys. And they're not like other sports where they're about self-image and they're about their name brand and everything. These guys play hockey because they love the game of hockey. And that to me is what separates hockey players from every other athlete there is, professionally or internationally speaking.
Ski, you want to add?
Well, no, I mean, Andy hit it right on the head. And as far as like Ruzioni and getting their motivation from guys of the past, it's this, we can't understate how much this is going to do for junior hockey and youth hockey moving forward. I mean, just like it did in 1980, nobody believed that USA had a chance against Russia either. So to your point, you fast forward it all these years later, nobody thought we had a chance against Canada either. So, there's a lot of similarities, but I think the biggest is how these guys came up in the juniors and how they all played together for so long as juniors. And even though they're in the NHL, they brought that same level of intensity and pride factor back to the game. And I just wish, to your point, Andy, a lot of that translated back to a lot of our other professional sports that have lost it. Because some of our other professional sports, the big two, if you will, have lost that same fire and desire from the young players that are playing it, Sav, especially in basketball. That's why we're seeing a European takeover.
It's funny, too, talking to John Nowajewski here, Andy Sanzada. And it's funny, I'm listening to you guys, and I'm thinking about one of the shows, I think a couple weeks back, and I just remember we were talking about the effort. Forget what team and situation we were referring to. I just remember landing on the fact that I never really get an issue with the ladies when we talk about this, just to make this shift here in this moment. Very rarely do we have that happen. And so I thought it was very, on one hand, I thought it was certainly honorable and definitely very player. And again, I think indicative of a spirit that we all had in terms of our hockey teams collectively, male and female. And so Charlie Mack refers to this, and he talks about, as you guys, sort of followed up on the motivation and that momentum and things. He talked about the ladies, though, in that regard, and the inspirational component that they were to what happened.
Oh, unbelievable. Like, we watched it, and I want to say it was probably 10 of us. We went to dinner. We played the next day, so we knew that, some guys went and brought their kids, but most of us, we were like, it's probably a poke to get to. Like, we should probably get to sleep early. We watched it in our team. It was a group trainers room for the men and the women, and we watched it in there. And, like, I'm talking all 10 guys. When she made that move, we were like, whoop. And then when she buried it, it was just like we're all hugging and jumping. Like, you felt it. Like, we felt like we won. We felt that pride that you guys felt, like Americans. Like, hey, like we did it, and it was just unbelievable. And then seeing them, because they stayed through the whole rest of the tournament because they walked in closing. Like, every day it was just, how you guys feeling today? They were just on their little, little bender that they were going on for, as they should have been, like, and it was just so cool to watch. And we were just saying, like, man, we got to do it too. We got to do it too. Look at them. They're on top of the world. Like, they were floating around the village, that whole group, that whole women's team. And we're like, man, we got to do it. So it was just incredible. Yeah, they inspired us, no doubt, watching them do it first.
Ladies, thank you. See, once again, the moral, gentlemen, to get to the highest peak, somehow you must find inspiration from the women. I think that's the takeaway. Really, though. We really want to get
Josh, save this show, Josh. Save this show. Save this clip.
Stand up.
Save this clip. Save this show. Wow. I think something just froze over, Andy. I don't know.
The women's program is so successful because up until 2 years ago, when the PWHL came to be, that's all these women had to play for was a spot on Team USA. And to develop into an Olympic player. Now that they have the professional league, it's gonna grow the women's game as well. The one thing I want to add, and I don't think I had a chance to when we talked about the gold medal win, Sav, was Charlie McAvoy and Quinn Hughes were not on this team in the Four Nations tournament. Okay, and they made a big difference this time against Canada because of their ability to move the puck, because of their ability to back check, because of their ability to play one-on-one defensively. Those guys were a massive difference in the success of this team, and that should not be understated enough. I know everybody talks about Jack Hughes and his goal, and it was fantastic, and Hellebuck and everything, but this was a total team effort, and those guys were a big part of it. And that's why I think if they were healthy, I think we'd be talking about a gold medal at the Four Nations too. I don't know that Canada would have beat this team last year. And I think that's probably a good thing for Team USA because Canada came into this thinking they were just going to walk in and win the gold medal into these Olympics. Finland almost bit them, and Team USA definitely got, allowed it to catch up to them and won the gold. So I think Canada's awake now. That's the scary part. You're going to see a different version of Canada in 4 years.
Andy Sanzada, ladies and gentlemen. I know you got to run out of here today, brother. I appreciate you, man. But see, I put the special. That was for you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was for you, man. There it is, man.
Hey, it's at some point in the next few weeks, we got to start talking about the NHL standings because the trade deadline comes up in a couple days, and that could have a significant role in where some of these teams are finishing. But it looks like both Buffalo and Detroit are going to break their playoff streaks. And, for Buffalo, that's the longest streak in professional sports at 14 years right now. So as a Sabres fan, I couldn't be happier with the way things are going right now.
Go ahead, John.
And Sav, I got to run too, guys. I apologize. But tonight, St. Francis takes on Start over at Central on my way out. I want to mention that in case it gets away. Knights over at playing Start to go to sections.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, got the fellas in here before we get out of here. John Ski, all right. Andy Sanzada, appreciate you guys. All right, and before we go then and to this last break, we'll come back and finish it strong. Josh and myself, we want to leave this. We gave Andy a special presentation and energy on the show. This one is for John and his uncle Smokey Robinson in a demonstration on what not to do. Even when they told you you were a legend, you have to understand that it has its limitations and you must be careful. So we'll have Smokey take us to this break. And these are different than the Motown days. John Ski, we'll see you later on, brother. Andy Sanzada, hell of a job.
Thanks, guys.
And
Thanks,
we'll go
guys.
to the break.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Do it, bloodbath. Foe. Don't do it, bloodbath. Free. He gonna do it, boy. Cool. Kill it. Hard. Kill it. Okay, all right.
Wasting your time, drinking that wine, smoking that smoke, doing that coke, dealing that dope, giving up hope, gang banging, gang banging, gang banging, staying out late, preaching that hate. Define your mother, killing your brother, killing in ways.
From the sidelines to the headlines, this is Black and White Sports with the one and only Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hey, it's Mookie. Northwood Jewelers is hosting their annual bridal event on Saturday, March 21st from 10 until 3. If you're getting ready to tie the knot, this is the perfect time to shop. Buy one wedding band, get one free. Exclusions do apply. Still looking for that perfect engagement ring? You can find one during the bridal event. Northwood Jewelers bridal event is Saturday, March 21st from 10 until 3, 4612 Woodville Road. 3 generations of diamond expertise. Northwood Jewelers, service before, during, and after the sale.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing pay.
Technicians is on the rise. If you're looking for an exciting technical career that can offer exceptional wages and job security at a fraction of the cost of a 4-year college program, then consider the Federal Aerospace Institute, an FAA-certified aircraft maintenance technician school located at the Eugene F. Krantz Toledo Express Airport. FAI will prepare you for a new and rewarding career path in the aerospace industry. In just 12 short months, you can earn your FAA certification as a licensed aircraft maintenance technician that can open the door to thousands of employment opportunities nationwide. And many companies offering immediate employment, sign-on bonuses, travel opportunities, advancements, and more. Ask us about our newly formed partnership with Owens Community College and Purdue University Global. Day and evening classes are forming now, and class sizes are limited. Finance options are available for students and qualified military veterans. Visit us at federalaerospace.AI, where futures take off.
Integrity Home Exteriors is celebrating 25 years in business with a $25K home improvement giveaway. So if you're in need of new windows, roofing, or siding, enter to win $25,000 from Integrity Home Exteriors. Enter to win at 1007theticket.com.
The link is here. The link is here. The link is here. The link is here. Glass City, Southeast Michigan, and parts beyond, let us offer our advanced thank yous for picking up your Black and White Sports inaugural logo tee or sweatshirt. Adult and youth sizes available. In conjunction with our good friends at Jupe Mode and the Here for Good program, shout out to all the area businesses involved. We are just honored and humbled. So thank you. We encourage you. Please go to the ticket homepage right here, 1007theticket.com, and just click the link right over the Glass City Wranglers ad. Shout out to our Hoopers. Great start to the season. All right, 1007theticket.com. The link is right over the ad. Click it today.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
I must tell you that it takes a lot for a man to admit where he got it from and how he got it. And I must say, look at him today. Fred, you look just wonderful. The nose looks normal again. The face has come back into shape. And it's not drooling anymore. It's a good sign. And hats off to Marge, his wife, because that whole experience there, the 2 or 3 weeks that she stayed at Trembling Hills, has paid off.
ESPN 100.7, The Ticket.
It's time to roll out. Time to roll out. Show is almost done, complete. Time to go, and we talk from the suburbs to street. Everywhere they say it's unique. Where are you hearing this? You can't do this. You can call up this. I don't know what I was going to do with that, Josh. Sorry, I was going to a thing. It's not time for that. We got to get out of here. It's business to go.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're going to play that, it'll get me. I started to get transfixed. I came back. I zapped myself back in. You're not getting me. You only give me once a show with that kind of. You got me at the beginning. But we're out of here. Thanks to the fellas today. Andy Sanzada, John Nowajeski, Monty Features. Appreciate them. Appreciate you, Josh. Good stuff.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Appreciate the Rockets today. Thank you, gentlemen. It's more like the Bandits. You look. Let's be bandity in Cleveland. Let's be bandits. Get to the 216. We turn back to Bandits. Rockets. That was cool.
Yeah, just watch out for those Smokies in Cleveland.
That's good. Charlie McAvoy, we thank you for that too. That U.S. pride moment. Andy enjoyed that. He liked it. NBA starting to cook. We hear JT coming back. Okay, let me do this before I go. We all know too. If you maybe they don't know. Like, how can I say, man? Like, we like everybody to get an opportunity. We really do, especially the youth of today in the journalism field, broadcast and so forth. And then, of course, we essentially appreciate a lot of the athletic contributions from those who have played on the highest levels and things. And certainly, we can always absorb and anticipate being able to accept what they offer us. Oh, but it's not universally 100% with respect to the quality. And I've gone on over and over about the fact that Ryan Clark is one of these guys. It would be better to just not have us on TV. When I say us, I men of color here. This is going to be our example. I've never been enthused.
Stop it.
The clothing, the little RC pins on the lapel, all of it. But these are the moments that make it complete when we can go to the paperwork. So remember, we were talking about Kyler Murray and we don't know. And listen, Kyler Murray could bounce back and still. We know the boy can do some nice things. He's a talent. Okay, we got it. He's tiny, he's small, and everything else. But it hasn't been that thus far. The reality says it is not necessarily what you desire. Ask the people of Phoenix. So, Ryan Clark, we have found it has surfaced that he is definitely not who we wish he could be. Let me say that again. He's definitely not who we wish he could be. But it's fun to share this because, again, they're paying these guys a lot of money to sit up here and waste your time. Josh, here we go. Ryan Clark faces backlash as an old prediction pitting Kyler Murray, ready everyone, above Lamar Jackson resurfaces amid major career developments. Now, you guys know I have my issues with LJ, but make no mistake, that's a bad boy. This we know. But Ryan Clark's past comments about Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson have resurfaced, and they haven't aged well. With the recent news that the Arizona Cardinals are releasing Kyler Murray after 7 inconsistent seasons of being consistent at sorry. Murray is set to explore free agency for the first time in his career. This development has prompted fans to revisit one of Clark's more controversial takes during his time as an NFL analyst for ESPN. Back in November 2020, maybe it was the COVID, Josh. He needed a shot.
Yeah.
He should have got a shot. That's all it did. ESPN's Get Up, Clark suggested that the Baltimore Ravens would have a better chance at a Super Bowl with Kyler Murray rather than Lamar Jackson. Clark believed Murray had that extra dimension. Yeah. And confidently stated, if I had to put one at quarterback and say this guy takes my team to the championship, I'd always pick Kyler Murray first. And that's why we need to get your black ass up off the air. And please, could somebody do something else? But they won't. And that's why eventually, somehow, this will be a demise, a collection of these type of talents. It is always a joy to point out, hold account, and ridicule those in this space. It has been a fun one today, Josh. Wouldn't you say? I say
yes.
So. I think so on a Wednesday.
As for Wednesday's show, it was a barrel full of gorillas fun.
Yeah, hell yes. Hell yes to the. Okay, so getting out of here. Before we do, I guess I will try to throw one or two at you before we shoot out the door. Listen, I got one for you in every area tonight. We'll do this. College basketball, I like Indiana at home. On the ice, out of everything, I got a bunch of puck lines here. I think I like Vegas coming up here. Vegas and Detroit tonight. So I like Vegas on the puck line. The Wings, I want you to win the game, so I didn't want to pick against you. Also to, let's see, Celtics hosting Charlotte. Charlotte been hot. I think the Celtics win this tonight. That's a safe money line. I think I'll throw that one out there. And I think last but not least, I think that's it. Oh, and I like Northwestern too. I do like Northwestern and Purdue because Purdue is a gang of jackals. And I think they might prove it again. They might get cracked. Take the 10.5 and let's get up out of here. Josh Burnham, I appreciate you. I am Andre of the Savages. Please be kind, be respectful, be nice, never cheat on your wife. And by all means, handle your business today. Holler at you Thursday. Peace.
Where we're at now, it can't be what is the end going to look like. It has to be we have to take care of business today and then tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His store and more, the Man Superstore Studios.